Yo, what's up, guys? So today it's episode 3 of the CEH course labs. This is basically, again, for those of you that haven't seen the other two, feel free to go check them out. This is just the labs that if you took a boot camp or something like that, that the CEH would walk you through so that you could take the test. You should understand how to do these and not just watch a video and do them. You should actually understand what you're doing and things like that. So I'm trying to do as many of the labs as I can and show you guys. And so today what we're going to do is we're going to do Maltego. If you guys haven't messed with Maltego, it's an amazing tool. You're going to be able to, there's Maltego. Once I show you guys how to mess with it a little bit, get in there and just go wild, have fun with it because it can do some amazing things. I don't know why I just did that. So, alright, let's get started right off the bat. When you pull it up, excuse me, it's going to look like this. It may have you register first or log in first, depending if you have before or not. But you just go here to this little icon, the addition, and that's just going to say, okay, start a new one, almost like a Word page or Word document. So we'll go and maximize this. Alright, so first thing I'm going to teach you guys, and you can see there's a ton of stuff here that is already getting you started if you wanted to. Because what this tool does is it actually tracks patterns, okay? So it searches whatever you tell it to, the internet, whatever, and it actually searches for patterns and relationships of things that you're telling it. So let's go ahead and start off. We'll just start off with a website. So I know that you just drag it, just drop it there. That's simple. And I know that if you double click this, you just type in, we're going to do certified hacker.com, and the only reason is because I know that that site is used for this lab by CEH, so I'm not worried that I'm doing anything I shouldn't be doing. So okay, so first things we're gonna do, and again, guys, I always keep notes below me in case so I don't forget anything. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna look for, and we did this yesterday actually in my if you're running a website, you can search for what technologies it's using. So same thing here. So we're going to look for the technologies that it's using. So let's see, we've got DNS, okay, relationships, okay, servers, technologies, using, built with. Okay, let's click that. Let's let it run. And basically what we're doing here, guys, and there you go. So what we're doing is very similar to what we did yesterday with the web page, is we're actually saying what technologies are on that server, okay, or what technologies are on that side. So you can see we got IIS, okay, so they're running a web server tip, that's a Windows. You see they've got New York Internet Company, blah blah blah, Clue Tip. All these are technologies that are running there. You can use this because you can search for vulnerabilities based on the technologies, okay, so that's very important. So let's say for some reason ASP.NET framework had a new freaking something came out and it's a very well-known vulnerability and this hasn't been patched yet, you can try it. Okay, that's the point of this. So okay, so that's, I'm trying to keep these videos somewhat short for you guys, so I'm not going to dive into too much detail on the technologies. That's for you guys to do research and find the information about those vulnerabilities. So now we're just going to delete those. That just showed you how to get the technology. Super simple, super easy. Okay. And then what we're going to do, once we get the technologies, again, this is where you do your research. You'd start looking for vulnerabilities based on those technologies. And then we're going to actually dig a little deeper. We're going to go here and we're going to say, okay, give me the DNS. Give me your domain. What is your domain? And for some reason, it's running pretty slow. It could be I need to up the VM, but give it a little bit more resources, but it's been running slow. Okay, so there we go. So that's good. So there's our domain. So that's the actual domain that they're running. That's good. That's important information, especially if you plan on actually going further in the process of the vulnerability test. But anyway, so we've got the domain, and that's really good. So now what we can do is we can actually come here, see these DNS. It can search for all these. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go using the name schema dictionary. Okay. So what this is going to do, and it'll show you here once it comes up. Okay, so we're back. You can see here it finally went through. It just was taking a second to air it out once. But as you can see, so see this blog, IMAP, news, pop, www, mail, webmail. So it's not necessarily saying that these are absolute servers on their side. What it's saying is this is the name schema they're following. So what they're doing for their domain is they're saying if they had a blog server, it's blog.certifiedhacker.com. That's all they're doing, and that's all they're saying. It's very important to know that, though, because if you knew they're using this scheme, you can search for their and see which servers you think they might have and try them out. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. But that's an important thing to know how to do, because again, that'll tell you the scheme that they're following, which is a lot of information for guessing and things like that. So another thing we're going to do is we're going to try and look for the start of authority. So start of authority, we'll run it. Okay, boom, you see it. So you got DNS admin at box, whatever, and NS1 Bluehost. The reason this is super important is because this is whoever registered this domain has to be, it has to have this, okay? It has to have an email. It has to have somewhere that can be held accountable. So ns1bluehost.com is actually the people hosting this certified hacker, or the company, I guess you'd say. And then the DNS admin one is the email that's actually with that. So you can see that DNS admin, that's good because that's probably an account somewhere. Okay, so we've got a little bit of information there. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. And I'm just running through these guys fast so that you guys can feel free to try this out and do it yourself, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're just going to try and do something simple. Now this you could do multiple different ways, and a lot of you guys will realize that a lot of this stuff you could do different ways, but this is one tool that does all of it for you, so that's awesome. So let's see, where was it? I just saw it, I thought. I might be an idiot here. Oh, okay, let's get rid of this. Sorry, I meant to get rid of that. We'll get rid of that, and then we'll go here, and we'll actually try and say, give us the IP address. Now, again, you could just ping that and get that same IP address, but it's what you can do after you get the IP addresses that's pretty cool. Okay, so instead of showing you guys one at a time what some of this stuff is, because a lot of this is, you know, you can get email addresses, you can get this. You can do this who is just entities, and it'll give you a general list, okay? So you can see here, okay? So we've got phone numbers, okay? And I know you can actually get more phone numbers than just that because I've gotten them from it. You've got a couple different IPs, but you notice it follows a general scheme, which is good because that means they're probably associated. And you have a couple of different emails, unified layer. We haven't seen that one before, so that might be their emails, or what they're using for email traffic. You have location, Provo. I know that's in Utah. The only reason I know that is because I've done this specific lab before. So you can see US, Provo, okay, and then you have phone number. Now, like I said, you can do these separate, and I'll show you guys that real quick. So let's say we want city and country location. Provo, Utah, there it is. So same thing it found before, but gives you a little bit more detailed information. Let's go ahead, same with phone number. May not have found anything on phone number. It did not find anything on that one. But there's different ways you can search for phone numbers. Let's see. So we'll just leave the phone number alone, but you know you can do it. Let's see. Email addresses. We'll try email address, see if we can get any more. Nope, got the same things. Okay. So that's pretty much it for websites. Now again, you can do a lot more at this. I mean, you can really hunt stuff down. You can go like from this, you can go, let's say, to the email addresses, okay, and then you can really start hunting down from here. Okay, well, what other accounts do they have? Does this have a person? Let's see, does it have a person? I'm not gonna actually do it, but let's see if it actually has a person associated with it. This one didn't come back with results, but you can then find who actually owns that email address. I mean, you can go all day with this stuff. This thing is an insane tool. So what we're going to do now is delete it. That's just for a website. Now again, I'm only showing you guys the very basics how to navigate because I want you to do this on your own and I want you to try out different things. Now here's where I think a lot of you guys are going to find it more interesting, but this is typically you're going to get more information from the website one. Maltego can do this with people too, which is very interesting for patterns, but I find it's not as good as some other OSI tools to actually get full things you want. So now we'll just do, actually, Rennie Matthews is the example they give for the lab. I'm not going to do that. I'll just do myself. I know I'm 95% sure it does not give you my actual stuff. So it gives you some stuff, but not stuff that I use currently. So let's go ahead and say, show us the email addresses associated with them. Okay. And it'll take a second to find the email address because it is searching basically the entire internet. Now, this is me, obviously, you guys know that. This is open source information. Now, the thing with this is, with people on Maltego, it's more used, in my opinion, it's better for connections. And what I mean by that is, like, let's say I wanted to see how many times someone's emailing each other, or what kind of network connections you guys are making within a network or something like that. Using people that way. Using people the way I'm doing it, just searching for people's stuff, it's a good starting point. It'll give you some basic information, but the problem is that there's tools out there that are faster for the people, and we're going to go through some of them. Recon NG is a very common one that will give you the same information this one will. And you can see it's freezing up on me again. Only reason it's doing this is because, yeah, let's go ahead and cancel that one and see if we can run it again. Is simply because of the VM I'm running on. I gave it no real actual CPU or RAM, and we'll see if it does it here. I was having problems with running people's results earlier too, but what I'll show you is you can get their email addresses, okay? And until it pops up, I'll just go through it with you. So the email addresses, it's going to come back with different types. So it's going to come back with any Z Stufflebeam, because that's my name, is Zach Stufflebeam. So Z Stufflebeam, any of that. It'll come back with any Z dot Stufflebeam. It'll come back with any Stufflebeam.z, anything that's similar related. So it'll come back with all of that. Now that's important to know because you can actually do it this way as well. You see the email address Bing, so that's just an example. You can actually click that one and specify what host you want to try. So like whether you want to try Gmail, Yahoo, whatever, and it'll search that. It'll be quicker that way. Phone numbers, this is again going to search open source information, which you can do using other tools, but this is going to search whatever you tell it to, whatever domain, and it's going to try and find any telephone number associated with that name. Now, that's also not my full name, so if I used my full name, it would probably give you better results, but that's not my full name, so therefore you're not going to get the same results. And then website, that's simple. You're going to try and it's going to try and affiliate you with any website out there. Twitter affiliation, again, very simple. You're going to log into Twitter, and it searches Twitter for anyone using that name. Simple, but you get their account, and then you start to connect their social media accounts. That's what Maltego is going to be used for connecting patterns. Now, again, guys, I didn't dive into very much here, and that's because I want to keep these videos short, and I want to just show you guys how to use the basics and let you guys have fun with this tool, because this is one of the most impressive tools, and you'll soon realize it. You see that there's banners. You can actually do a banner grab inside here. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff. You can use URLs, tracking codes. I mean, you can do really cool stuff with this. You just have to really mess with it, and there's a paid version as well that's even better, but unless you're using it consistently, I don't know, unless you have a ton of money sitting around, it's probably pretty pricey. So that's it, guys. This is a simple lab. Anyone can try it. You can try it with anything, and just have fun with it, mess around, and enjoy it. See you guys.